Jack. Zula didn't care that everybody looked at her as she screamed into the mic. She didn't know why she was feeling such terror of losing this human she had only just talked to. The bridge crew kept looking at her as the captain came over and looked at the screen. "I'm afraid he is dead. No life signs," he said as he pointed at the life sign indicator. Zula tried to hold the tears back, but it was getting hard. Vasquez suddenly broke the silence. "Hey butthole. Are you dead yet? Don't make me come down there." Zula looked at the screen and she had completely forgotten about the others. "I think he is dead. There are no bio readings from his suit." She tried to keep her voice calm and professional. Vasquez laughed, and she had never hated a woman so much as right now. How dare she laugh when Jack just died? Of course there is no bio reading, the reading is connected to the suit. He is most definitely alive. That bastard is a tough nut, probably just taking a nap. She could hear Vasquez banging on the wall and shouting down the shaft. "Hey asshole, we are waiting here. Your date is getting worried." Zula tried to get her head around it. The bio reader was in the suit was in the control room, and Jack had to take it off to get into the cable shaft. There was hope. "Attaboy. Now get back up here, you lazy bastard." Vasquez seemed happy and the scanner officers looked surprised. "Sir, they fixed the power. We might be able to remotely access all the files now. I can also access security cameras. Should I share it with the humans?" Captain Grahad looked surprised. "Yes, but send it to Commander Vara. I want that intel to go through her." "Aye, sir." The officer sent the intel to Commander Vara, who was stationed on the human ship. Captain Grahad got a message on his personal channel right after. "Thanks, bro." He smirked a little, then turned to look at Ensign Zula. She was a mess. It had been cruel to assign her to deal with the humans. She had not been vetted by war, hell none of them had experienced this. Listening to a soldier die pointlessly over the radio. If she gets through this, then she will reach far. If she was anything like her father, then she would do just that. One day he would reveal to her who he was, but not today. Then a thought struck him. How did they get the power back on? He turned his attention back to the screens and the audio files as the humans kept fighting the bugs. The Dutch guy was more a monster than the bugs. On the screen he could now see him and his crew had formed a circle around a hover cart and slowly moving forwards. Around them were piles of dead bugs as they seemed to shoot at anything that moved. They also seemed to be playing music on loudspeakers. His sister had told him they were the bait. Their job was to attract as many bugs as possible. They had the heaviest weapons and heaviest armor. They seemed to be in full control of their situation. The second group was the rescue and extraction group. Armored and highly trained soldiers. The ambush from the bugs had cost them a few civilians, but they had broken through and herded the survivors towards the ships. A few of her men were injured and he feared they would die, though they didn't seem to give up. Instead, Sarah was cursing some guy named Rico over the channel. Then somebody launched a rocket past the civilian into the bugs that were charging them, then an armored robot. No, a small mech suit flew and landed next to Sarah. Over the radio, he heard a human telling her to evac, and he and his men would cover the retreat. 4 more of these mech suits landed next to Rico, becoming a wall of bullets and explosions as Sarah and her group retreated. These humans were impressive. He turned to the third group, the Intel and Scouts. Their job was to go in and find out why, and according to Vara, these were the craziest of them all. Vasquez and Harrigan seemed to be poring over the computers and looking over old CCTV of the warehouse and docking. He suddenly saw a panel open along one of the walls, and a human fell out holding his side. Vasquez turned and looked at Jack as he crawled up to the wall, leaning on it as he was holding his gut. "Goddamn bug got my headset and pad. You need help, or can you fix it yourself?" Vasquez turned back to the screen. "Yeah, I can handle it. What did you guys find?" He managed to get up and got over to the armor to find the med kit. "We located the cargo, so you have to go down there and pick it up, but something is strange here. The cargo ship that landed is registered as a Gush 900 cargo ship." Jack looked confused at him as Vasquez decided to fill him in. The last 5 major jobs for the Nalos have had cargo delivered by a Gush 900. The pilot has been a Husson who is missing 2 of his 4 arms. We are searching for the CCTV of the one who landed here to see if it's the same guy. Oh, and you better let your date know you're alive. Jack patched himself up and got back in the armor. The wound was bad, but the bug had only managed to slash his side, and the Bacta cream was quickly healing it. "Okay, remind me not to do that again. Those bugs are not playing nice." Jack, you're alive?" "He's alive." Jack smirked inside his helmet as he heard her reaction. "Yeah, unfortunately the bug destroyed my headset." "But you're safe? Right, you got the power back? Was that you?" Yeah, that was why I went down there. It would be pointless to go down there just to look at it. So, what were we talking about? He picked up the rifle and immediately felt a little better. Zula bit her lips and tried to calm herself a little. Well, you were going to tell me what you like to do. The only thing I heard you say is, you know. Jack chuckled as Vasquez sent him the coordinates for the warehouse, and he walked towards the door. The captain is listening in, isn't he? I will try not to swear as much, sir. Zula smiled as she looked at the captain, who seemed busy reviewing the constantly updating reports. So, you're going to be a well-behaved soldier now? Jack gave Vasquez a thumbs up and opened the door. He left the room and locked the door behind him. So well-behaved that you can bring me to family dinner. In our culture, we only bring our husband to be home to meet the family. Oh, not what I meant. Well, I mean. He felt like an idiot now as he quietly descended the stairs and into the hallway. It was easier now that the lights were on. So, you don't want to meet my mother? Zula didn't know why she was teasing him. Was she actually flirting with a human? It felt strange and exciting at the same time. Of course I would like to, but in my culture, you don't need to be engaged to marry to meet somebody's parents. He was starting to wonder what she looked like now. Probably cute. Nah, with his luck he got the ugliest of them all. Well, then we have to invite more. If I bring you alone, it's because of marriage, but you're just a guest if you come among friends. By the way, I heard something about you humans. Yes. He peeked around a corner and saw 3 Zenografs eating a corpse. He slowly aimed and tagged the head of all 3. The computer locked in the targets and he slowed down his breathing. He would have gone around, but Dutch just posted a countdown 45 minutes before fumigation. He needed to gather the evidence before that happened. Is it true humans call us sexy red panda elves? Jack could hear something in her voice, a curiosity about humanity, and he chuckled as he rapidly fired 3 headshots and waited to see if there was any reaction. Yes, I have heard some mention that. What? And what do you guys call us? A single Zenograf came into view sniffing the dead corpses. He quickly dispatched that one as well and waited to see if there were more coming. We call you humans. How do you know we are sexy? And what's a panda and elf? Well, we haven't seen an ugly one yet, and a panda is an animal on Earth. They are black and white but have similar patterns to you guys, and elves are beautiful spirits with pointy ears. You know, like you guys. No other bugs showed up, so he started to move again. How do you know I'm not the first ugly one you will see? I don't, are you? Oh, you don't even know how I look. You might run away when you look at my ugly mug. He reached the door to the warehouse and peeked inside. It looked empty, which meant it most likely was not. I have seen your picture and you're not ugly. He could hear her talk to somebody and then she returned to him. Even Clara agrees. Oh, and there are 7 bio readings in the warehouse, 1 right behind your door. Do you want to be patched into the cams? Not now. I don't want my field of vision impaired. Just tell me right or left side. Left. He moved so he could get a clean shot as he entered. He slowly opened the door and saw the bug. A quick shot killed it and he moved in. Any movement from the others? No, they are still. I will transfer my scan to your HUD. Up in the corner of his display came a transparent map of the room with the biosignals plotted in. Thanks, so this Clara thinks I'm cute? Yeah, but she got a boyfriend. What about you? No boyfriend, not at the moment at least. What about you? Jack moved silently around the room, found the next bug and aimed. Single here as well. Maybe we could go on a date. He fired the shot. That's 2 down, 5 left. Date? Sure, if we have time. I don't know how long we would stay here. Well, I hope at least I get to see you. He saw 2 more and took the shots. They both fell. Apparently, that alerted the 3 reminders, and he moved towards a corner to have his back covered. He spotted them and fired away. All 3 fell dead. And that should be all. There was a ping. Somebody had sent him a private message. He opened it and his jaw dropped. She was gorgeous. She was wearing long pants and a t-shirt on a beach. What? You're definitely a sexy panda elf. Zula blushed now. She didn't know why she had broken protocol, and she would be in so much trouble if they found out. Yes, it appears so. The only life sign in there is you. She tried to shift the conversation back to work, but again he called her sexy. Oh yeah, okay, he also tried to focus on the job. Box. Let's see. It's great to have the translator back. Number LV426 he made his way and found the box. The first inspection showed it as transporting Kersey eggs. A harmless delicacy according to the files. Found it? So, that picture. That's you? Yeah, what do you think? I think I would love to go on a date with you if you don't mind or think I'm too ugly. You're not ugly. Just get back safely and we can go on a date. There was a pause as if she wanted to ask something. Yes. No, I will ask you that when we meet. Zula almost asked him, but she didn't want to seem too desperate. Fair enough. Okay, I need to get a cart and get this box to the ship. I've only got 15 minutes left. He looked around and found one. After 5 minutes he had it on the cart and moved it quickly towards the hangar. He was halfway there when Dutch and his men caught up with him. Need help? Dutch grinned as he came to his side. His power armor dwarfed Jack, and he felt small as Dutch picked up the cart and started to run with it. They reached the hangar with 1 minute to spare. Malcolm came out and helped them secure the box. He saw that Harrigan and Vasquez had already made it there. The only ones missing were Rico and his men. Are we waiting for them? Hell no. Blow the lid. We're safe. Rico laughed between the volleys of fire and explosions on the radio, so they got inside the craft and activated the fumigation as they took off. The whole base was covered in gas. Humanity had learned a long time ago that all bugs have a weakness to poison gas. Jack didn't care. He just looked at the picture quietly, and the others were joking about the mission. The ship slowly took off and made its way towards the mothership, all while they could hear that crazy Rico and his gang of misfits laughing as they reported on the effects. They would stay for a few hours and make sure all the bugs were dead. Normally they came in after the fumigation. Jack was just smiling as he looked at the picture. He hoped he would be able to meet her. Gra had looked at the reports coming in and opened a link to the humans. Captain Weir? I want to come over and discuss the reports with you if you don't mind. The human captain smiled. No problem. When are you arriving? As soon as possible. I'll bring in aid if you don't mind. No problem, we will be expecting you. Over and out. Gra had cut the transmission and turned to his second in command. Shim, you got the bridge. Ensign Zula. You're coming with me, bring your desk pad. Zula turned to the captain and immediately stood up. Yes, sir. Though she was confused. Why her? She pulled the memory pad from her console. It had all the reports on it and she followed her captain. She was both confused and happy. She might actually meet Jack.